Many people believe France have been so terrifying at the 2026 FIFA World Cup simply because of Kylian Mbappé. But in my opinion, that's not entirely true. Mbappé has been exceptional, but what has truly made France almost impossible to stop is the partnership between Ousmane Dembélé and Michael Olise. This trio hasn't just scored goals in abundance, they've also consistently torn opposing defenses apart. After watching every France match so far, I'm convinced this is the most devastating attacking trio at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. If you only look at the statistics, that conclusion might sound like an exaggeration, but France's greatest strength doesn't come from individual brilliance. It comes from the way these three players divide their responsibilities with incredible precision, each performing a specific role to perfection. So, in today's video, we're going to break down the tactics behind the dominance of Mbappé, Dembélé, and Olise at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Let's get started. Clearly defined roles. The biggest reason this trio has been so devastating is their tactical maturity. None of them tries to steal the spotlight or force himself to become the center of attention. Instead, Didier Deschamps has assigned each player a role that perfectly complements the others. Mbappé operates as the advanced forward, constantly threatening the space behind the defensive line with his blistering pace. Dembélé stays wide on the right as a natural winger, stretching the opposition's defensive shape, while Michael Olise operates in the half spaces as the team's chief creator, linking midfield and attack with his outstanding vision and intelligence. That tactical balance was on display against teams with completely different defensive approaches during the group stage. Against Senegal, whose game relied heavily on physicality and defensive discipline, Olise intelligently dragged the holding midfielder out of position before threading a perfectly weighted through ball into the open space, where Mbappé finished clinically. The story was different against Iraq, who defended with 5 players packed inside the penalty area. This time, Dembélé became the difference maker, repeatedly winning one-on-one duels down the right flank. His ability to isolate defenders forced Iraq's backline to shift wide, creating the space Mbappé needed inside the box to score. Deadly fluid position rotations. Beyond their clearly defined roles, another reason this trio has become so devastating is their incredible off-the-ball movement. France's front line never stays locked into the same positions for 90 minutes. Instead, they constantly rotate, making traditional man-marking almost impossible to execute. Whenever Mbappé drops deep to receive the ball or drifts out to the left wing, Olise immediately pushes forward into the vacant space as a false 9, while Dembélé attacks from deeper areas with perfectly timed runs. The match against Norway was the clearest example of how these fluid rotations completely dismantled an organized defense. Realizing that Norway had built its defensive structure around containing Mbappé, the French captain deliberately dropped deep into midfield, dragging both center backs out of position. The massive gap left in the heart of Norway's defense was instantly exploited by Dembélé, who burst into the space at full speed. The result was devastating. Dembélé completed a spectacular first-half hat-trick as Norway's defensive organization completely collapsed under France's constant positional rotations. Didier Deschamps' aggressive tactical revolution. Of course, the freedom enjoyed by Mbappé, Dembélé, and Olise wouldn't be nearly as effective without the tactical foundation provided by Didier Deschamps. At the 2026 FIFA World Cup, we've witnessed a remarkable transformation from a coach who has long been known for his pragmatic and defense-first philosophy. In fact, several European media outlets have described France's current style of play as an attacking revolution. Deschamps has successfully implemented an aggressive counter-pressing system, using Olise's youthful energy and the versatility of his attacking trio to win the ball back immediately whenever France loses possession in the final third. The effectiveness of Deschamps' new tactical approach was on full display against Sweden in the round of 32. Sweden, a team renowned for its disciplined and well-organized defensive structure, struggled to cope with France's relentless high press from the very first line of attack. France's opening goal came after Olise brilliantly intercepted a pass from a Swedish defender before quickly feeding Dembélé, who then set up Mbappé for a clinical first-time finish. That match perfectly demonstrated how Deschamps has managed to give his attacking trio complete freedom in possession without sacrificing the team's defensive discipline whenever they transition out of attack. Their psychological impact goes beyond the numbers. When it comes to statistics, this trio has already produced numbers that are enough to strike fear into any opponent by the end of the round of 32. Mbappé sits comfortably on the top of the Golden Boot race with 6 goals and 2 assists. Dembélé has added 4 goals of his own, while Olise has quietly become France's chief playmaker with 3 crucial assists. Those numbers highlight one undeniable fact. Almost every goal France has scored at this World Cup has involved the brilliance of at least one of these 3 players. But in my opinion, their greatest contribution goes far beyond what the statistics can capture. The biggest weapon this trio possesses is the psychological pressure they put on every opponent. When a team commits all of its resources to stopping Mbappé, it quickly realizes that Dembélé is still free to exploit the flanks with his explosive pace. And the moment defenders shift their attention to both wings, Michael Olise punishes them through the middle with visionary passes that few players can even see, let alone execute. The combination of blistering speed, elite playmaking, and clinical finishing gives France a complete attacking package, one capable of hurting opponents from virtually every angle. A variety of attacking patterns that are almost impossible to predict. The final reason this trio has become so feared is the incredible variety in France's attacking play. At the 2026 FIFA World Cup, France is no longer a team that relies on a single predictable way of scoring. Thanks to the unique qualities of Mbappé, Dembélé, and Olise, Les Bleus can hurt opponents in countless ways. They can strike with devastating counterattacks, unlock compact defenses through quick 1-2 combinations in tight spaces, or rely on moments of individual brilliance to break the deadlock. It's this ability to score in so many different ways that makes France so difficult to contain. Even the strongest defensive units are eventually forced to crack when faced with the relentless attacking threat of Les Bleus' formidable front 3. At this stage of the tournament, not a single team has managed to neutralize all 3 players for a full 90 minutes. Whenever 2 of them are successfully contained, the third inevitably steps up and becomes the difference maker. As long as Mbappé, Dembélé, and Olise continue to maintain their chemistry and fitness, the 2026 FIFA World Cup trophy looks destined to make its way back to Paris. So what do you think? Have Mbappé, Dembélé, and Olise already earned the title of the most feared attacking trio at the 2026 FIFA World Cup, or do you think another nation's frontline deserves that honor instead? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more in-depth football tactical breakdowns.